From CSI examination kits causing deadly cancers to easy bake ovens causing third-degree burns, we count 10 of the most dangerous kids' toys ever. Number 10. Snap bracelets. This popular bracelet fad made its rounds in schools beginning in the 1990s. Snap bracelets are spring-loaded metal bands wrapped in colourful plastic or cloth. They could be straightened out and then slapped against the wrist where it would curl around like a bracelet. As they became more popular, cheaply made versions of the toy became more common and caused more problems. When the metal band inevitably wore through its cover, it would easily slice into children's wrists. The knockoff versions were eventually investigated and recalled. Number 9. Sky dancers. When the fairies were attached to a handheld base and a ripcord was pulled, the figures would shoot into the air and twirl back to the ground. After 6 years on the market, the product was recalled when the makers received 170 reports of dolls striking children and adults, resulting in 150 injuries. The injuries ranged from scratched corneas and temporary blindness to broken teeth, mild concussions, broken ribs, and facial laceration requiring stitches. Number 8. Monster Science Colossal Water Balls. These tiny capsules, when dunked in water, would magically transform into dinosaurs. While children had a blast watching the transformation and playing with the dinosaurs later, it was not such a fun time for the children who decided to put these marble-sized balls in their mouth. Since the toy was capable of also expanding inside the body, were near impossible to see in an X-ray, and required surgery to remove, the toy was soon removed from store shelves. Number 7. Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kids Dolls. Any doll made for children must be harmless, right? That ended up not being the case with this hungry doll. The Snack Time doll came equipped with a motorized mouth so the doll could eat plastic foods fed to it. It was all fun and games until a girl was scalped as the doll decided it would rather eat her hair than its plastic food. Because the toy had no on-off switch, the doll would just continue trying to eat anything that was near the mouth, an obvious hazard. Number 6. Battlestar Galactica Colonial Viper. Based on a TV show from the 1970s, this small model spacecraft came equipped with a firing missile that could spring from the ship. This toy also became the reason any toy on the market smaller than a baseball now comes with a choking hazard on the package. After a 4-year-old shot the toy missile into his mouth and choked to death in 1978, the Viper was recalled. Mattel was sued, and choking hazard warnings forever became ingrained on toy packaging. Number 5. Moon Shoes. Moon shoes were mini trampolines for your feet designed so children could jump around without needing a real trampoline. But just one bad jump could easily lead to injuries, especially broken ankles. To make matters worse, this 1970s toy was made out of many sharp pieces of metal, meaning kids were essentially wearing bear traps on their feet. Obviously, this product was recalled. Number 4. Sky Rangers Park Flyer Radio-Controlled Airplane. This 2006 remote-controlled airplane was recalled after reports of it actually blowing up. Because these planes were launched by hand, the planes would often blow up right next to the kid's head, obviously resulting in many injuries. There were 22 reports of consumers experiencing temporary ear pain or hearing loss, 5 reports of minor burns to hands, faces and eyes, as well as multiple other injuries as debris from the explosions impacted with heads, faces and bodies of anyone nearby. Number 3. Easy Bake Ovens. Because these tiny children-sized ovens used an actual heating element so kids could make their own dessert items, it seems logical that there might be a few minor burns from the toy, until it was discovered that a design flaw allowed the oven to easily trap and severely burn fingers. The oven could reach up to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is more than enough heat to cook delicious treats and dangerously burn children. The toy had 250 reported incidents, including 16 cases of second or third degree burns and one very unlucky 5-year-old girl who had to withstand a partial finger amputation. Number 2. CSI Fingerprint Examination Kit. This kit was intended to teach kids how to dust for fingerprints. What began as a fun and educational toy ended in lung cancer for many children exposed to its toxic ingredients. It turns out the fingerprint dust was very toxic, containing near 7% asbestos. Actually, it was the deadliest type of asbestos, which is proven to cause lung cancer in as little as one exposure. Number 1. Lawn darts. Also known as jarts, lawn darts are a commonly known banned toy, and rightly so. The toy is basically an oversized sharp dart that is thrown across the yard. There have been over 6,000 people sent to the hospital from injuries, most of them children, and many disabled for the rest of their lives. The manufacturer has avoided a previous ban by then marketing the toy for adults, but they were still sold in toy stores. By the time it was finally banned, 3 children had died and one 11-year-old girl was put into a coma.